They'll be calling you a radical. Kevin Blanch, back to the Russian catastrophe. Is it geopolitical spin, the fight? Putin's broke ranks with the oligarchs. The old world order, has he broke ranks? It's obvious he's broke ranks. It's obvious they're war. Is this nothing more than a propaganda war using the biggest nuclear reactor in all of Russia for the fight with Westinghouse? Now, by the way, right behind my house, and I'll go out there and I'm going to do a video right there tomorrow. In fact, here it is already. I've got this one I did on Thanksgiving. The Westinghouse fuel that's in there, that's where it's made, right there behind my house, the secret Moxie fuel. Now, let's be clear on this. Let's lay this a little bit out. The geopolitical platform. New World Order? No, it's Old World Order. Savage and all those guys were paid to use that word to throw your mind off it. Because, and people come to me, what do you mean by a tariff? Tariff solve all this. All this. Because how can you compete globally with a global workforce? It strips all the and not just wealth and power out of the working class, out of the tax base, everything. It strips all the dignity, which allows the repression to happen. If a human being is not, this is a quintessential simple fight between enlightenment and slavery. It's an age-old battle that's gone on for thousands of years, including some guy with a whip, some radical throwing the fucking bakers out of the temple. Same philosophies. You can't compete. Look, we have a minimum wage in the United States. The rest of the world doesn't. Slavery's fucking legal. Hello, there's 2 billion fucking workforce. Equilibrium. Look, so what's going on? I pledge allegiance to the United States of Westinghouse. I pledge allegiance to General Electric. If you don't believe me, Toshiba bought Westinghouse, call retain Hillary Westinghouse Clinton as Secretary of State. Secretary of State. The top diplomat. Using the word Westinghouse over and over. I didn't know Westinghouse was part of the government. Oh, I guess they are the government. So they've already been able to take the French companies out of the equation because the French companies have taken themselves out of their equation with their. And by the way, Michael Moore needs to move his fucking ass to fucking France over there. And he needs to sit his ass, fat ass, next to a fucking nuclear reactor. Oh, France is good with it. Really? Fuck, talk to somebody in Germany right across the fucking river. All in. So this great activist in Finland helped take down the French companies. They're coming apart at the seams, but they're 80% owned by their people, their populace. So they're able to hijack the whole, they're monopolizing the industry. These are plutonium wars. For real, for real. The waste coming in and out of Paducah when the tornado hit. Oh, we don't use Paducah anymore. What's going on at Oak Ridge? Megan Rice trying to warn us. She's trying to warn us. No one will listen. So we have reports that there's an accident. Now, hear me out on this. So here's where my mind goes with this. It's impossible. We have bloggers and vloggers that had spiked readings. In Europe's just as blind as we are because the media has been captured, and this is a systemic problem among people. We've lost all integrity. Populism has gone amok. It's gone mad even in Europe. Everybody's still competing. You know, I don't know what they're up to, but there's no politicians with integrity. There's nobody. The fucking media just keeps funneling tighter and tighter and tighter. This is becoming 1914 in your head. If you don't believe it, this can happen. Think about 1914 when one family, inbred fucking royals, ruled the whole family. Ruled the whole fucking world. And if you think they have a holy grail list, you think if the hedge fund fucking pervert fucking creep, think about that fucking holy grail list. Prince Andrew, Derkowitz, I mean the whole works, Clinton, fucking Mick Jagger, all of them on this list. Wait till you see my fucking holy grail fucking list. Oh, you black and yellow media fucking whores, including Vitter at Berkeley, including fucking Maynard at fucking, I got all of you fuckers on the fucking list. And fucking, this is only going to be covered up fucking so long. And when the real data comes out that the Pacific genocide is not going to be genocide, has been genocided, oh boy, I wouldn't want to be on this fucking list. And I'll tell you what, and I've got this list backed up. I've kept track of every single one of you black and yellow journalists like 4 banana fucks. Every fucking one of you. So what's going on? I like to be, oh, use your language. Fuck you. Move on. Fucking, this is for the big kids. You know, my language, fuck, I'll use whatever language the fuck I want to fucking use. I splash the pot any way I like, you misters, you know, fucking rounders. Oh yeah, that Russian. Look. The fact of the matter is this. Russian roulette? Oh no, this is Westinghouse General Electric nuclearism roulette. Okay, let's talk about this. The biggest nuclear reactor. So, the Ukraine minister Now, we know the fight that's going on in Ukraine, which I think is such an irony exactly 100 years before. You know, Campbell had his telescope trying to prove that light bent Einstein in Crimea, right there when it happened. And before I continue on this, I want to make sure that I talk about this FEMEN. It's been contemporized that FEMEN was started April 10th, 2008. Good day you picked, by the way, the 100th day a year. That's my birthday. I love that fucking day. You know, for a lot of reasons, I love April. Well, what's not to love about spring in North America? But, oh yeah, we don't get spring anymore. We get spring and winter, and then we get free. I mean, it's all twisted and fucked up. So, I want people to understand, I'm going to list this page, and I'm going to start doing a lot of work, paying homage to Annika and these beautiful people that, these feminist, female, hardcore activists that get no credit. So many of them have died. They came out of Chernobyl. The dynamic of Chernobyl, which piled on to the catastrophe that had already gone on in Russia called World War II. You know, on the back of the famine, on the back of World War I, on the back of Stalin. I mean, how much more can they fucking take? I want to really pay my respects to those incredible women of Russia in the 80s and 90s. Now the word FEMEN, yeah, she's done incredible work with it, and I love what she's done with it, but let's get real. That movement was massive in the 90s. That, you know, the Freudian taking off the clothes, doing what they have to do. It was born from Chernobyl. The catastrophe of Chernobyl, you know, the whole adoption dynamic. I mean, I can, you know, so much of it traces right to Chernobyl. By the way, Gorbachev's wife died of this evil, horrible disease. We've gone backwards. So Putin, we're fighting over Ukraine. Just like we were, you know, 100 years ago, the royal family. I mean, this is amazing ironies. That here it comes, Black Hand. That started right here, by the way. So, I mean, they're fighting over, I mean, nuclear is the new fucking weapon. I mean, plutonium is the last fucking one, because they've, I mean, they know they got too much gold on the market. They've extracted the earth too many. There's too many players. They're losing the track of their monopoly. De Beers, Rhodesia, and your fucking diamonds. That's the only one they've been able to hold on to. They know there's too much fucking gold been produced now. They know the fucking big lie of the fucking keeping track of the gold and the silver. They know that gig, that fucking cat's out of the bag. Last one, plutonium. These nuclear plants. I mean, fuck. I mean, that's all nuclear exists for anymore. We don't fucking use any of it in the United States. You know, to fucking point at and threat people, nuclear bombs. And if fucking Japan doesn't prove that to you, and the cover-up of Japan does not prove to you, fucking Livermore, fucking Holdren, fucking, you know, read up. I mean, get educated before you start your knee-jerk hyperbole fucking reactions on this. There's plenty of educated people that'll eat your fucking lunch on this thing. You want to have this argument? Have an educated argument. Don't jump into this subject matter like a fucking, you do on everything else. You make yourself the economist, the armchair doctor, the armchair. Oh no, not here. Not here, because this is our lives we're talking about. This is the top of the fucking heap. So, they have the so-called accident. Well, the Ukrainian comes forward, minister, and says, yes, there was accident. That's all I needed to hear. Right there tells me, on all my experience in my path, that there is a fucking accident over there. Now, we know that Westinghouse kicked out. Westinghouse has weaseled their fucking dick way back fucking in because Hillary, fucking Westinghouse, Marie Antoinette. And if you don't believe me, look at the fucking game they're playing in Illinois right now with l.l.n.l. l.l.n.l come out in their conference call a year ago. I reported it. Between the lines, they're saying, oh, we'll get out of the nuclear unless you give us more money, like they don't give enough. And by the way, Barbara Boxer has stepped down, and we can understand why. She's beat her head against the fucking wall. The Patriot Act fucking backdoored everything. You know, fucking the amendments to the Constitution. I used to ask this class in my MBA program, and I'll ask it right here. I only ever had 2 students ever get it right. How many times has the United States Constitution been amended? You know, I got to change my answer on it. This is for years, I think. You know, you'll say, oh, 27. Nope. 18. The first time was called the Bill of Rights. They were smart enough to leave it open-ended in the 9th Amendment. It was a beautiful fucking document. As long as we have a 2-party system, which we have no 2-party system. Mission accomplished. As the Patriot Act's an illegal act, it takes how many? 2/3 of both to fucking take over this. And I want to talk about this in Utah. What people run for office anymore, Congress, it's not representative anymore because they jerry-rig the districts, whatever. Mia Love. I want to talk. Mia Love gets elected here. Mia Love's, you know, do you know her story? I mean, what did they do? What did they do when they come out? Karl Rove and these guys put her together at, You know, BYU, they invented her. What they do? Watch 1970 porn? You know where her real name is. From Brooklyn. I mean, she's a cartoon character. Had a book out 2 days after she got elected. This is, I mean, it's political theater. Huckabee runs so he get a show on Fox. So you run to become rich. I mean, I'll give it to Sarah Palin. I mean, dumber than freaking dirt. Oh, you know, maybe education way fucking dumb, but smart like a weasel, boy. She's made some fucking, because that's, I guess if that's what your agenda is money. That's my point. Populism is dead. Money doesn't fucking matter anymore. I mean, everybody says, oh, you know, well, how much you got to have, and really, you know, cancer's the new fucking frontier. So, they're fighting in Russia. Is this just geopolitical fucking spin going by, you know, the puppet masters of Hillary, Marie Antoinette, their fucking owners? You know, because they're bitches on a leash. Do not kid yourself. They're Westinghouse General Electric bitch on a leash, and do not kid yourself. There's a reason he named General Electric his fucking jobs are. There's a reason that TEPCO in Japan ended up getting fucking most of the stimulus fucking money, almost as much as the bankers, their suitcases, as one on their fucking, you know, the rape artists that they are. So, or is there really an event going over there? I mean, that's what we have to dig into, because the dynamic meets both. It's a big, big fucking story. And there's some beautiful vloggers and bloggers, and I'm digging in hard, trying to fucking dig this out. It's hard. It's fucking hard, because we run into the perfect fucking storm as we've run into the perfect storm geopolitically here. Operation Foxconn, the House of fucking Windsor. You know, everybody thinks everything's retrospect, and they'll say, oh, the Royals, the Royals. You know, Royals didn't even dare set foot in this fucking country for hundreds of fucking years. I will quote Franklin Roosevelt again. Why I always quote him. I gotta tell you, Winston, I went to London when I was a boy. I saw Queen Victoria. I hated the old fucking witch. We're going to take that fucking royal system, everything there is about it, fucking apart. Winston, I got to tell you, you flying in the face of everything jolly old Mother England, and he says, oh yeah, we're taking the law apart. We always did. You know, America fucking stands for everything against royal. That's what this country was founded on. That's who we are. Not anymore. They're back. Mission accomplished. George Walker Bush. George Walker Bush. Look up Walker. Who's the Walker part of George Walker Bush? Right from the house of fucking Hanford. Right from the house of fucking Windsor. By the way, Hillary traced there. So did fucking Al fucking. I'm fucking green. I'm green. I'm fucking green. Oh yeah, you're green. Build a house that sucks up $8,000 energy, and then go rape 2 different fucking massage therapists. Like, I mean, it's amazing to me how these. I mean, a billionaire, you know, and look at the list. I mean, wow. By the way, the attorney that's going after, I know him, ex-professor at the University of Utah, you know, wow. I mean, what the fuck is the matter with these fucking people? You know, it's history repeating itself, and really the story of Russia is the thumbprint. These are plutonium wars, for fucking real. This is really plutonium fucking, this is fucking big stuff. You know, and I'm digging hard, and I'm listening what I ever can. And like I said, I'm going to start paying more and more respect to those women who did all that hardcore work. I really equate them much like the women that were doing the protests in the streets of Manhattan and being beat to death with clubs. You know, locked up, hung in jails. You know, very similar to fucking what's going on now, but then the Shirtwaist fire happened. You know, I was leading up my post-ignorance for the 100th anniversary Shirtwaist happened, because I felt the correlations. I knew the correlations. I was in Washington Square, but something happened on the way to that place. They threw an American nuclearism flag in my face 2 weeks earlier. Fukushima happened. And I know what Megan Rice knows. You know, I do. I know this is the fucking top of the fucking heap, because this is different than geopolitical. This is different than fucking gold mines. This is different than molasses fucking wars. This is different than the fucking slave trade. This is time and all eternity. This is every piece of fucking DNA. You can't see it. You can't smell it. Oh, so it couldn't have happened. This couldn't be a fucking cover-up. And to think what buckafuck Buser saying that there's no one studying this in the fucking ocean is so fucking naive. The Navy has it. They all fucking have it. I know for a fact they have it. You know, these are, I mean, this is the fucking biggest subject matter in your fucking lifetime. This will affect all of you more than anything. This will affect your kids. I hear the voices of my great-granddaughter. I really do hear the voice of my great-granddaughters. And until you people understand, well, maybe it's too late because of the atmosphere, but you know, I used to have my students throw any issue at me on the chalkboard, and I would just, I'd like to do it again somewhere. You know, now that I get stronger and healthier, they could throw any issue at me. You know, and this was the #1 school business in the United States at the time, and I could break it to a tariff. Everything. Obesity, drug addiction, you know, Porn addiction, for that matter. I could break it all fucking down. Every fucking issue you got, you throw it at me and I'll fucking solve it, fucking with a tariff. For real, for real. You know, I'll go right back to the fucking forefathers. You know, the Tariff Act of 1781 before the Bill of fucking Rights. You know, go right back into the true thesis, not what you fairy tale fucking wannabes fucking want it to be. There's 350 million people in this fucking country. You know. The repression exists. It's simple. It's a simple, quintessential battle between enlightenment and slavery that's always gone on, but this is the biggest ever because this is the age of fission now. F-U, oh boy, Fukushima, and the invisible fires that are going on in Japan, the pushing of the Pacific genocide, not going to happen. It fucking happened. The story of Russia is fucking big. Geopolitically, economically, socially, because it really has the hallmarks and the thumbprints of the lead up of fucking World War I. I mean, it is History Planet, but with a different component. You have a military complex that's out of hand. The only way this will fracture, this will not be wars fighting each other. They won't be gassing each other and be a gas as Einstein was. You know, they seized his telescopes, and if it wasn't for Eddington and the fucking, you know, his abolitionist fucking mind. Because remember, Campbell had his in Oregon on the next eclipse, and he said it didn't happen right as he was presenting, and he's like, oh no, it happened. You know, he was in Australia. They forced Oppenheimer out, they forced Einstein out because they're about peace. They, you know, this is about repression. All about control. The control freaks are out of fucking control, and they crossed the fucking line that nobody thought that they would ever cross. But they crossed it when Fukushima happened. The age of fission. The control freaks are out of fucking control. The fucking liars, oh, the Holy Grail fucking list, these are plutonium fucking wars. And this dynamic, we need answers out of there. So all of you guys, you know, and I know everybody's been digging hard and doing a lot of work, and I really want to thank everybody that's really done. I mean, some of these vloggers and bloggers, and some of the original FEMEN girls, you know, Annika, you know, she's been dead since '99. You know, she's the one that really woke me up in the 90s to all this hard work that was going on in Belarus, Ukraine by these amazing, you know, women activists. Because, I mean, what a price they paid. You know, this tennis player, you know, her own doctors come out and said, yeah, she was born over there. I'm sure this is what caused her. I mean, think about the health and the age. What was she, 30? You know, wow. Wow, 30-year-old beautiful freaking incredible, you know, they know over there. They know. We're starting to find, well, we know here in Utah too. We watch it so much. You know, and they cover up the numbers, and it's amazing to me how everybody will play ball. You know, southern Utah, we won't even talk about, cancer capital probably of the world. You know, Belarus, Ukraine, southern Utah. I mean, I'm in the bone marrow transplant there, and disproportionate, you would not believe the people. Why would they not talk about it? Including Mike Lee, the senator. You saw that interview with he and I. Right there, you lied to me. His father, he grew up down there. His father died very young. He says, well, we just recently found out my dad was a downwinder. He said it right in the interview, right there with me. You know? Well, come on. You know, Barack Obama, his mother, downwinder. You know, died, grew up in Kansas, freaking the plume. Richard Miller, Under the Cloud, there's a great book to read. Great book. I knew Richard Miller personally. It's an incredible book. You know, that map that Danny used and everything, that's Richard Miller. By the way, that's copyrighted material. You know, I think maybe Carol Gallagher has the copyright on it now. I don't know, but he, you know, and I think he would be happy that Dana was using that map. He was an amazing man, incredible social scientist, incredible. And these are not just knee-jerk hyperbole works. These are lifetime works. You know, put their heart and soul, because that's back when we still had men of integrity. Nobody has integrity. You run for politician now, it's the tail wagging the fucking dog. Mia Love. Here's her real name. I mean, really. Like, I mean, you think she believes anything? I mean, this is a, I mean, Carl Rove, when he dug this up at BYU Law and he fucking created that fucking Homie of Love, and then they just found her, I'm sure he was watching 1970 pornos to come up with that fucking name. You know, Barry, Mitt, you know, his real name's Willard. I mean, they're fucking cartoon characters. But that's kind of has always existed, and I'm sure Savage was paid by the CIA, these guys, to call it New World Order when everybody knows that it's Old World Order. If they'd have been calling it what it was, a feudal system like it was, wouldn't have happened. But it's new because you're so arrogant to think everything is new to you. This isn't new. I'll tell you, there's one thing that's fucking new. one thing. Fission going on in Fukushima, Japan. It's never happened before. So when I go plutonium and the flash fire that I put out, Janet and I put out that fucking video fire and everybody says, oh, you're crazy, you're wrong. You've had what? 9 months now? 8 months to prove us fucking wrong? Prove me fucking wrong! You know, prove me fucking wrong. What, are you going to use Vitter? And not to be confused, Vitter, who's going to take over Boxer's fucking gavel with his fucking diaper on? You think we got a chance with that committee now? And Barbara Boxer knows what I know. She knows what I know. We were scheduled to have open fucking hearings on the Hill. That's why I went to D.C. last fucking September. All scheduled. Nope. Everything pushed underground. The Patriot Act. Patriot Act's an illegal act. How many fucking votes does it take to fucking amend the United States Constitution? That's a major amendment of the United States Constitution. All this stuff's illegal. They fucking backdoored it. There is no wrong or right. There's only popular opinion. You know, till you understand these things, fundamentally, Patriot Act's got to go. No, the Constitution cannot work. The system cannot work without the Patriot Act. This system can work. It has beautifully. Tariffs. You can't compete globally with these people, and it's not just about money. It's just not about blocking a fucking globalist, a fucking company. And by the way, I want to mention this too. All you people think the United States stock market is the thumbprint and the hallmark for the United States economy was. It's not anymore. They backdoored. As GM goes, America goes. GM went broke. None of these companies have anything to do with the United States. They don't pay any taxes here. They don't employ anybody, and they sure the fucking their board of directors don't fucking live here. They're not a thumbprint of the United States economy. You want the thumbprint of the United States economy? Simply look up the participation rate. It matches the one in 1979 for the very opposite reasons. You know, everybody thinks they're competing. Everybody still thinks, oh, you know, he died, fucking more for me, huh? I mean, the culture of death, it's sick. It's over, you know? It's over because of cancer. People are fucking dying in fucking droves. And, you know, you can argue with me all you fucking want. Fukushima's killed well over 1 million fucking people already. You know, people say, oh, I didn't kill anybody. Even look up the Fukushima 50. I'm the one that reported he was going to fucking die because his mom sent me an email long before he died. Oh, that was just coincidence. He got fucking cancer in his throat and fucking died. Boom. You know, yeah, it's all coincidence. Just think about the mob running the workers. Think about the landscape taken out of the fucking equation. Fucking, I mean, the emperor has no fucking clothes. These are plutonium fucking wars by fucking elitists and globalists who are completely out of control. The control freaks have lost control. Stand tuned.